Hello, and Happy New Year! Welcome to another edition of Justice with the Disability Policy for All. Today I have the great pleasure of interviewing one of my colleagues, Siddarth Nagaraj, who is a program assistant here at AUCD. Today we will be talking about the 21st Century Cure Act, which is several bills packaged into one that helps fund research into illnesses such as Alzheimer's and cancer, and increase funding for mental health services. So welcome, Siddarth.
Thank you so much, Liz.
The first question is, what is the 21st Century Cure Act?
So, the 21st Century Cures Act, like you just said, is a package of a lot of different bills that have been put together and were passed into law in December. So they help provide $6.3 billion in funding for a lot of health programs that relate to mental health and medical research. And the medical research programs that they help support include the National Cancer Moonshot, which Vice President Biden and President Obama started to help try to find a cure for cancer. It also includes a program called the Brain Initiative, where scientists are trying to study the human brain so they can find a cure for Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's. And it also includes something called the Precision Medicine Initiative, and that's a program where scientists are collecting information from people about their genetic history so they can help find special ways to treat individual people who have special conditions.
So when you say position, are you talking about being exact?
That's right. Okay, so the word precision means getting right to something specific. So in the case of the Precision Medicine Initiatives, they want to find a way for doctors to treat every individual person who has a genetic condition in a way that meets their special and specific needs. So that way they're getting better care.
Okay, great. The next question is, how will this act help people with disabilities?
Okay, it's a great question. So it's going to help people with disabilities in a lot of ways. So the three programs that I mentioned, the Cancer Moonshot, the Brain Initiative, and the Precision Medicine Initiative, are all trying to help find cures to lots of different conditions. So if the Cancer Moonshot is able to use the funding that they're getting, it might help them eventually find a cure for cancer and will help people with disabilities who have that. And the same thing applies to the Brain Initiative, because it might help us eventually find a cure for Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease, so people don't have to go through that anymore. And the Precision Medicine Initiative is very important because it'll probably help a lot of different people who have very rare genetic conditions.
Okay, thank you. And the last question is there anything else about this act or any other legislation that passed this last year that you would like to talk about as we begin a new Congress?
Sure, that's another really great question. So, one important thing to know is that the 21st Century Cures Act is almost certainly the last important bill that Congress will have passed before we have a new president. So it's a very big achievement to have done because lots of Republicans and Democrats supported it. It took about a year and a half to get done. And the Cures Act is also going to help people who have drug addiction issues to opioids. It provides lots of money to states in the form of grants so that they can create their own programs to help people who have drug addictions through prevention and treatment. So that's another important thing that the law does.
Okay, thanks. And if you have any questions about this or any other policy issues, please go to the AUCD webpage and look for this week's In Brief. And if you have any questions or comments about this week's Tuesdays with Liz, please leave them in the space below. Thank you and have a nice day. And Happy New Year. And thanks again, Siddarth.
Thank you, Liz.
Bye.